And we're back. So, today I'm gonna give you a complete walkthrough of the networking side of being a producer, how you can find people, how you can connect with them, how to build relationships, how to make your Instagram presentable because that's something a lot of people struggle with. And I'm also gonna explain how to send out emails, how to personalize them, and how to avoid getting into spam. And yeah, so let's get into it. Okay, so before we even begin, we actually have to find people to work with and DM, right? So, how I go about this is I have like three main places to find people to work with and network. The first one is Genius, obviously. Everybody knows about Genius. For those that don't know, Genius is this website where if you're a producer, you can just find everybody who contributed to this album or single or whatever. So you can find producers, engineers, people who wrote on the album. Let's say you're making Lil Baby stuff for Lil Baby, whoop, samples, FOPs, beats, whatever. So you would just take this artist, you go to the search bar, you type in their name, and you just go to their page. And the best way to do it is just hit up their latest album drop. Now, once you go to their album page, you can see who produced on a song and so on. What I would do is just go through the list of people and just start DMing them. Before you do that, keep watching the video because later on, I'm just gonna give you like a walkthrough how to DM people the right way without looking like a bot and getting left on red. Now, the second go to place for me is YouTube. Now, this isn't just for industry producers and getting placements, but just finding actually good people to work with. I make guitar samples, right? So I just make a list, and you can do the same. For example, if you make piano whoops or whatever. So you just make a list of all the potential artists that would fit your whoops. And every Friday, what I do is I just go here, I type in, for example, Poe G guitar type beat. Of course, you can replace Poe G with all the artists. And then I go to recently uploaded and I start going through all these producer channels. What I do is once I find a channel, I actually sit down and listen through their beats to see if they're actually good, if they're working on the same thing I'm working on. And from there, I just go in, find their socials. Usually they would have it linked under a video or on their, channel on the about section. And from there, same thing. You just go on Instagram, you shoot them a message, and you start working. Now, the third and most slept on place to find actually good people and start working together is Discord. It's actually a pretty good way to start networking and providing value as well. A lot of producers want to start a Discord channel, a Discord server, but they don't know how to set it up. You can just keep your eyes on Instagram and ask around and see who actually has intentions of starting a Discord server, and you can just help them set it up. Even this is like providing value to people. There are a couple of Discords that I would recommend you join. I'm just gonna leave the invite links in the description. Discord servers are crazy because you never know who you're gonna meet. It's good to actually walk in and you know be very present in a couple of Discords where people can actually start seeing your name. And yeah, once you become like regular in a couple of Discords, people are gonna start recognizing you. Oh, I see your name all the time, which is also very good. This contributes to building a brand and just a recognizable name. Okay, so you found the people you want to DM. You have a list of people you want to reach out. You've went through Genius. You've went to YouTube, Discord, whatever. So I'm just gonna go over how to reach out to people the right way. Reaching out to people starts even before you send a DM. So hear me out on this. The first thing I would do is just making my Instagram presentable. So I see a lot of Instagram profiles where it's just 50 pictures of little baby and nothing else. Like, I get it, you want to post your type beats and you think that rappers are gonna see your page and be like, oh, let me buy this beat because I fuck with the picture. No. If you're posting YouTube type beats to your Instagram, don't do it. Keep the YouTube type beats to your YouTube. Now, on your Instagram, you should just be doing like placements, some outfit pics, some snippets of your work like recently, some motivational stuff, pretty much just displaying what you're about. You don't even have to like post every single placement or every single whoop kit that you made. The second thing a lot of people sleep on, and if you're a sample maker, you should be doing this. When you're reaching out to people, you should make it so that they have a very easy, accessible way to see your work. Best way to do this is just by posting content, posting reels, stories about your work. You've probably seen me all the time, posting these sample this and giving away free samples and so on. If you're not doing it, I'm gonna explain why you should be doing it. Let's say you DM a producer, right? And you wanna send your work. He's most likely gonna go to your page and, you know, see what you're about. So once you post something like this, when you go to DM people, you can just send them the reel and be like, yo, this is what I've been working on. Do you like it? Do you think we can work on something else? Because it's not 2019 anymore. Like all these, yo, bro, let's work. What's your email? Messages, like once people see them, they completely ignore them. They want to see that you're an actual person that's DMing them and they're working and you're working. This is why you should be posting like reels and just yourself, showing your work. Okay, so now you've made your profile presentable, you're showing your work, you're uploading reels. Now people know who you are and what you do and how you do it. This is when you actually start DMing people now that you've, established what you're about. What I would do, and this keeps changing with time, but forget about texting people. Like send them a voice message. That's like completely gonna change the whole dynamic. You're completely gonna stand out from the 99% of people who are just like scared to even type a message. In this voice message, you can follow like a script. It doesn't matter. You can just write something and read it if that's gonna make you feel more comfortable. A lot of people are like, "Oh, my accent. Oh, I'm afraid to speak." So on. Like it doesn't matter. You can even like record this in FL Studio. Record the voice message and get it perfect and just put your phone to the speaker and record it that way. That's gonna make you comfortable. But sending voice messages, in my opinion, is an absolute must. You can't like how you have Instagram, like you can see a preview of the message. So when they see, yo, bro, what's your email? Woo, and they're not even gonna open your message, but when they see so and so sent you a voice message, they're gonna be more curious, to just open and hear what you gotta say. Okay, but what you should be saying in the voice message, you don't know what to say. I'm just gonna tell you what I personally say all the time. The way I do it is simple. I just go to Genius, see the song I liked and they worked on, open the DM, hold my phone to my mouth, and be like, hey, I saw your work on this song. I've actually been playing this song a lot. I really like what you did. It's actually inspired me to make some similar vibes. And yeah, if you want to work with me, I have stuff ready for you. And here you can hear my work. And then you just like send either a Dropbox link with some samples. Even better yet, you can just, you've already uploaded your content, your reels, shorts, whatever, and you can just send them a video of you making a similar sample in that style. Like that's immediately gonna make them appreciate your work and start working with you. Now you've sent some samples, they liked your work, you have their email. So how do you go about building this and making sure that every time they see your name in their Gmail, they're gonna click on that. A lot of people miss on that. They just think that, oh, I got their email and I'm just gonna keep sending them stuff every day and I'm just gonna make stuff happen. Well, no. These people, the higher they get, the more placements they have, of course, they're gonna keep getting even more and more and more emails every day. I'm just gonna give you some tips on how, you can be more personal and start building up the relationship. This is where a lot of people say, oh, you should be providing value and so on. Well, nobody actually explains what providing value means. So when it comes to providing value to another person, this means you're just an open person who's there to help. Now, this is where actually having other skills can come into play. Let's say somebody wants to build a website, and you've already built a website for your own Whoop kits or whatever. And you can just reach out and be like, yo, bro, have you actually been wanting to build a website? I can help you with that. Are you making some Whoop kits or some multi kits or whatever kits? I can provide you with some, artwork for free. Or you can just be like, yo, do you need some visuals? Do you need something edited or whatever? And you can just provide your video editing skills. Or, for example, like I say, Discord, you can be like, hey, have you thought of starting, a Discord server to just be connected with your fans, your community, your people, and you can just offer them to, build a Discord server for them. Providing value, if you ask me, is not like hitting a person for the first time and then listing off all the things you can do. No, that's just once you start working, you can just ask him like simple things, hey, do you need help with that? Have you considered this? And, that's how I do it. If anybody ever needs something, like I'm always open to help, which that's the thing. Like it shouldn't even feel forced. Like just be a genuine good person. Be open to help people because that's when you don't even have to think about networking because just everything comes natural. Your page is looking good. You have a ton of people to send, samples, starters, FOPs, whatever. And how can you do it in a way that's personalized and it doesn't take much effort? Now, I'm going to put you on and I'm just going to explain how I do it. First thing, you should get Mailtrack. It's like $5 a month, but it's gonna make your life so much easier. What Mailtrack does is also, this is not a sponsored video, so Mailtrack, if you see this, sponsor me, please. But yeah, what Mailtrack does is essentially you can send the same message just like you would in a BCC, but it's not gonna show up in BCC. It's just gonna show up as an individual personalized email from inside your Gmail. You don't have to use MailChimp and any of these, mail services. So you got Mailtrack. What you do next is you go to Google Sheets, the same one that's linked with your email, and you make a new spreadsheet. Now, in the first field, you're just gonna type name. And on the second field, you're just going to type email. So that way, Mailtrack is going to know what the name is of the producer and the email of the producer. So yeah, once you do that, this is how your producer email list is going to look like. On one side, you're going to have their name, which is what the email is going to say when you type, name. It's going to be like fire samples for, and it's going to reach and use the name you've put in here and send to this email. Okay, so now you have your own email list, everything is set up right, and you gotta start sending emails. We go to compose. What I personally do, and I started doing recently, is I just write my name. So, for example, CIKI, and then I just type in the type of samples that I'm sending. So, live guitar samples, and then I type 4. And now this is where Mailtrack personalization comes in. You just use these brackets, type in name, and then you close the brackets. So what this is gonna do is this tells Mailtrack to come to the email list and pull out the name that you've done. You can just type, December pack 2 or whatever. Now, after that, you can just keep it simple. You can say, yo, what's good? Sending you some new samples. Then what I usually do is if it's like, a regular thing. People might have not caught my last email or something happened. I just attached the link of all the samples, for the month. So I just go like, let's say November samples. And you just make it bold, make it stand out, and then you paste the link. And you make sure you hyperlink it. You can put your number, you can put Instagram, you can put whatever. Like just a way of people to contact you if email doesn't work and you potentially got a placement or something important happened. This is pretty much the email, right? So this is where another thing comes into play. Gmail, you know how Gmail has this limit. So if you go over 25 megabytes, like they automatically get added to Google Drive. So people gotta click on them and then they gotta request access and they just can't access your samples, right? So what I do is I just go to this MP3 compressor website. I just drag my samples in. I set it to like 5 megabytes. And that way it gets compressed. So I can send like 5 or 6 or 7 samples without them showing up as, Google Drive attachments. So I can show you a quick example now. 5 samples. It's under 25 megabytes. I just drag them in the email. They start uploading. And now, once they're done uploading, you've added your Dropbox, titles, names, whatever. What you do next is you just go here to campaign, go personalize campaign, and then your email list should pop up like here. So you just click this, import, and you can see we have 3 recipients like here. So if I go to send this email, also the good thing about Mailtrack is that you can schedule emails in advance. So yeah, I just send campaign and there you have it. Every single person on that list is going to get a personalized email and you're also going to be able to see if they opened it, how many times they opened it, if they clicked on the link, if they clicked on the files, if they downloaded your samples and so on. So as you can see, if we go to my inbox, now you can see it's personalized. You don't see no BCC and you have the samples. You can just play them. You can just click the link and everything is, clean and professional and personalized. So yeah, I hope you found this video useful. This is how I network. This is how I send email samples. This is how I find people to work with. And if you have any other questions, you can always just reach out to me, ask me, talk with me. If you have any other ideas or questions, put them in the comments. I can make a video about it and I can walk you through anything pretty much. So yeah, have a good one, guys, and until next time.